Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Tasty Stars Healthy Bites. I'm Tara. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make cottage cheese bread. And it's a little more than just cottage cheese bread. I did a short video a while ago and I was asked to make a little more of an instructional video. So I want to show you how it works. This bread can be turned into a pizza, the base for pizza. It can be turned into flatbread. It can be also used for what we're going to do today, cheesy garlic breadsticks. So this is all you need. You're going to need cottage cheese, and we're going to use 1 cup of cottage cheese. I always use the 4%, very high in protein. 3 eggs, and you want to leave the eggs at room temperature. So these eggs have been sitting in this bowl for about an hour because I don't want them cold. And then cream of tartar. And then just a little bit of sweetener to balance the savory, and I just use the monk fruit, Splenda. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put 1 cup of your cream cheese in a bowl, and you're gonna use the immersion blender to make it really smooth and creamy. So we're gonna do that first. Okay, so we have our 1 cup of cottage cheese in the bowl, and we're gonna use the immersion blender to make it really cream and smooth. Look how nice and smooth and creamy this is. You would never even know that this was cottage cheese. Okay, so the next step is all we're gonna do is separate our eggs. So we have the 3 eggs. We're gonna put our whites in a bowl, and then we're gonna put the yolks with the creamed up cottage cheese. So we're gonna do this times 3. And this is the best way to separate your eggs, I find, is just to use your hands. See, perfect. All the whites and then the yolk in there. Okay, so we have our 3 egg whites in this bowl separate, and we have our 3 yolks mixed in with the cottage cheese, and we're just gonna put this aside, and we're gonna add into our egg whites just 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar. That's like a little thickening agent. Just 1/4 teaspoon right in there. Now we're gonna switch over to the hand mixer, and we're gonna blend our egg whites. Takes about 5 to 7 minutes. We want stiff peaks. And then we'll add the other mixture. So let's... Okay, so here we have our egg whites, and we're gonna do our little stiff peak test. We're gonna flip it over. Perfect. So we're gonna set that aside. Now we're gonna mix together the egg yolks with the cottage cheese just to blend it all together. So everything's mixed in, and this is now gonna be nice and creamy. At this point, you want to add just 1/4 teaspoon of the sweetener of your choice. I'm using the Splenda, the monk fruit, just to balance off all the savory. It doesn't make it sweet at all, really it doesn't. It's just to balance it. So our egg yolks and cottage cheese and the sweetener are nice and creamy, and now we're gonna fold in the egg whites. Basically, just put this in here. This is a really important step, to fold this in instead of mixing, because you want to keep it nice and airy, and it really gives the bread a really nice consistency. So to fold it in, you're basically just going to go like this around the bowl and mix it in that way. You don't want to mix it too much, just like that. Perfect. Now we're going to put this on a cookie sheet with parchment, and this is when you can decide what you're going to do. So if you're going to do a pizza, I would definitely get the round pizza, put the parchment and put it on there, but we're going to do the cheesy breadstick. So I'm just going to put it on a regular size cookie sheet with a piece of parchment and just kind of flatten it out. Get it all out of here. Okay, and basically just kind of push it down. Not so crazy, but just so you got a even. Look how airy and has this nice consistency to it. Like batter, basically. Just like that. Doesn't have to be perfect because we're just gonna create breadsticks with it. I want to get all that off. Now we're gonna put this in the oven. We're gonna bake this at 300 degrees for 30 minutes. But the trick is after 15 minutes, you just wanna rotate the pan. So put this in the oven. So we've just taken this out of the oven and this is what it looks like. It's very cloudy, like a cloud consistency, you see? Very airy. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna create our little butter garlic sauce. What I've done, I've taken a half a stick of butter and put it into this container and let it just sit at room temperature for over an hour so it's nice and soft. Then what I did was I took a whole bulb of garlic, cut off the top, put extra virgin olive oil, wrapped it up in foil, and baked it in the oven at 350 for 45 minutes, and you get nice, soft garlic. And we're gonna mix the two and create our garlic butter. So all you're gonna do is once you take it out of the oven, it's nice and soft, you just kind of squeeze it into the butter. And so you have fresh roasted garlic. And we're gonna mix that up with the butter. And put that right onto our bread. Okay, so now we're just gonna add the butter garlic and just spread it all over your bread. It's starting to melt as I do this. It's nice and warm. Kind of like frosting a cake, just savory. Once you have that all over, now I want to top this with some Parmesan cheese. I'm going to put Parm, sprinkle that on there. I've already went ahead and bumped up the temperature on the oven to 350, and I'm gonna pop this back in the oven just for a couple minutes, probably less than 5. While that's finishing up in the oven, I just want to show you that I made like a quick little sauce just to dip the garlic bread in, and this is basically just your stewed tomatoes with some extra virgin olive oil, some onions and garlic, and then some fresh basil, and just let it cook down, and you have a nice little marinara sauce to dip the bread in. So we just took this out of the oven, and look how nice and golden brown all the Parmesan cheese got. So we're gonna just cut this in half and then make our little breadsticks. Oh wow, they're so light and airy. Really, really soft. So let me show you the finished product. Look how light and airy. Get it, Trace. These are so good. You have to give these a try. Even if you turn it into a pizza crust or a flatbread, it's so delicious. Everybody let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. See you soon. Everybody take care.